Awesome. So, hello everyone. Today I'm here doing another mock interview. This one's an anonymous interview with one of my friends, but we'll be conducting an interview for a front-end software engineering role that our candidate is trying to achieve. And yeah, without further ado, let's just hop right on in. So, as you know, we're just going to be conducting an interview for your role that you're trying to get. And
Mhm.
I want to start by introducing the problem and giving a high level overview of how it works. So I simply want you, there's this application called Chats. You could probably see it here. I put a small little description. And it's just a simple chatting application where users are able to chat real time. And I have this deployed URL here, which I'll actually send in this README.
Okay.
So, and what we're able to do is actually communicate with users using chats through this URL. So there's currently a WebSocket connection that you can connect to with this URL. And once you connect and establish the handshake, you'll be able to see these messages as they're coming in.
Okay, sweet.
And what I want you to do is actually implement some features so that we can actually allow users to create new users, create new messages, and yeah. So the first thing we'll do to get started is actually I want you to head over to the app.tsx. So I cleared the component already,
Hmm.
but what I want you to do is first, so you're going to actually need, I don't know if you've used CoderPad before, but what you can do is actually install Socket.io. So if you click the shell on the bottom left, or bottom right actually, you can actually install packages just by doing
Okay.
npm I. So I can actually install it for you, but what I would recommend installing is Socket.io so that you're able to establish a connection with the Socket server.
Okay. Are you going to do that in the shell or should I?
Yeah, if you want to do that, that would be cool.
Okay. npm install, and what did you say it is? Socket.
Yeah, I think it's socket under or lowercase. Let me actually double check on that really quick.
Yeah.
It might just be socket dot io. Yeah, just pure socket
Okay, that's what
dot
I'm seeing. Yeah. Socket with one T.
io. Actually, let me see socket io client. Oh, yep, I actually found a correct link. Let me put this in the chat, or I could just actually. So this is actually the correct link.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah. So now you should be able to initiate a socket instance. So let me just pull up the documentation side by side. But and then this is how you would actually instantiate that socket. So it would look something like this. And then that domain name from the README, you're going to want to put that in there.
Got you. Okie
Awesome.
dokie.
And I
Um.
think there's a cannot find name IO. I think we got to import, so import IO from socket.io client. Perfect. So now we should actually have an established connection to the socket server. And yeah, that's awesome. So the first thing
Sweet.
I want, what's up?
Oh, just saying sweet. Good to go.
Awesome, awesome. Yeah, we're good to go. So, as you know, this is a React interview. So, the first thing I want you to do is actually render the messages that are coming live to the socket server on the screen. Essentially, I want you to create some sort of, I don't know if you've used Twitch before, but a replication of that would be awesome to see, where you can actually see the messages come as they go.
Okay. We're not sending any messages at the moment, but just receiving them and displaying them to the screen.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Yeah, that sounds like a good start. Um, for that for the requirements for this, do we want to have it like fade away or like uh, disappear after a certain amount of time, like a Twitch chat would, or just show it to the screen and like append it as it goes down the screen?
Yeah, you don't actually have to worry about persistence for now. Let's just keep it all on the screen as they come.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Awesome. And if you want some, I can actually give you some type defs. So since the documentation is non-existent for this, since I just like threw it together, I can actually show you like currently how it works. So
Yeah, I'm not familiar with this package, so that would be helpful to have
yeah, so I'm gonna
the
put the types of data that we're gonna be working with inside of the README.
okay.
And then since we're using TypeScript, of course, everything can be represented in some type.
Okay. So I'm just reading through this real quick.
No worries.
Is this current user like the user that is in a sense like logged in to this site and like their profile? Does that make sense?
Yeah, so what we're going to do actually down the line is we're going to start allowing users to essentially send messages.
Mm-hmm.
To enable that, what we're going to do is keep track of the user who's currently as the current user. So we'll have like a checkbox where they can say, oh, I'm this user, and send a message as that user.
Mm-hmm.
So for now, you don't really have to worry about it.
Yeah. Yeah, I think let's first just focus on what you said and receive messages from the from the socket and display those.
Yeah, for sure.
And so the first thing, I'm gonna like write a little description here, write out the requirements. So, oh shoot, there we go. Every interview, it's like, oh, I gotta get my fingers working. I'm a
No worries.
nervous pig. Okay, so we're gonna want to display messages in a that come from the socket. I'm thinking we'll display them as a like vertical list
Yeah.
of strings. Is it just gonna be like the message exactly as a paragraph kind of element, or do we want to have the source
Yeah,
like who
so
sent the message?
yeah, so I can actually represent the type for the message for you if you want me to already. So it's going to look like it's going to be an interface. And then what you can think of it as, so there's going to be a body, which is a string.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's also going to be a type. And then that's also going to be a string. And then finally, to get like the actual user, we're going to have this user type who sent that message. And then I can also, yeah,
through the socket.
yep, and that's all coming through the socket.
Awesome.
Since the socket server implementations in JavaScript, there's actually no types, but on the front end, we could represent it like this.
Yeah, that'd be great.
So yeah, these are just some good types to get you going.
I'm gonna respell this.
Oh, thank you.
There you go.
And yeah,
Sweet. And so we should display, you're thinking the body of the message and then as well as the user's name and which is this color gonna be the username's color or the whole message color? Anything
yes.
specific?
So that would be the color of the user's name, and that would be a nice to have.
Color of the user. Okay. Okay, that's like a good little requirements, and we can always restyle it once we get it functional.
Exactly.
Great. Okay.
Awesome.
So I'm thinking we'll make a component first, and then I'll start fetching the data and connecting to that socket, and then rendering it. So
Awesome.
write this as a function here. Yeah, I think like normally I would create a different TSX file for my component. So
Yeah, no worries about doing it all in the app.tsx.
yeah, I think that's probably the best move. This is going to be chat.tsx.
Sounds
Chat
good.
component. And I'm just going to return this right now and see if we can play the most simple possible component.
Awesome.
That's kind of interesting.
Awesome. Seeing it on the screen.
Yep. React refers to UMD global, but the current file is a module. Or instead. I'm not sure what this is, honestly.
Oh, I think that just means you have to import the
Oh,
React.
import React. Okay. Perfect. Thank you. All right. Okay. So we're going to first connect to this socket. I'll do it here. Maybe in the future we could pass in the connection to the component as a prop, but let's just get this working.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to look at the documentation on another screen right now, if that's okay.
Oh yeah, that's perfect. I can actually bootstrap that for you. What I recommend you doing just to like get started quicker. Um, I have this word reference from the documentation, which is just on any listener, which listens to any event from the socket.
Okay. I'm going to pull it up. Great. So we have the socket here. Listeners fired when any event is emitted. Okay, let's see if we can just implement this here. And check the log. So if I refresh, okay. So it says got message and it's showing up in my console. I don't know if you can see it on your screen.
Oh yeah, I can see it on my screen.
Okay, great. So I take it that the socket is receiving messages, and the event is like a string called message right now. Is
Yeah.
that correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, great. Why don't we display that as like render that on the screen? So this is kind of interesting because we don't want to re-render like the whole. We don't want to re-render the entire list. We just want to add an extra node to the DOM whenever we get a new message.
Exactly.
And so, yeah, so I'm thinking we're going to want to have some kind of state of messages, and then we can just add the message to that state, and then React will automatically render it efficiently and just adding whatever's changed in that state.
Yeah, that sounds great to me.
Yeah, let's go with that. So I'm going to do a use state. This this is gonna be for now, is this a list of string?
It'll actually be a list of messages, or it'll be yeah. So like the type messages or the interface messages that I gave you. So yeah, that's perfect.
Yeah. Okay, great. All right. Stop this for now. What I like to do is just do a temp message equals like we'll just like initialize it with 1 and display it.
Yep.
I'm curious, what kind of types of messages are there?
Yeah. So currently there's just chat messages, and I can actually fill that in for you.
Okay. Sorry if I'm screwing up your cursor.
No worries. Awesome. And I assume you're going to put this temp message as like the inside of the state, just as a initial value.
Yeah, you're reading my mind. Just so we have something to render at first.
Perfect.
And then we're good to go. All right. Now that we have this chat, we probably want to have an individual message component that we can pass in props to. I'm going to add that as a new file.
Awesome.
Use this as a template so I don't forget to import React.
Yeah.
Message. Let's take in an actual message as a prop.
Mm-hmm.
I like to destructure it.
Same.
Although the types kind of make it long. Okay. Import this.
And then I can, oh, if you already got it.
Okay, actually, let's make a typeset TS. I want to keep this.
No worries, yeah.
This is kind of how I like to do it, so that we don't have circular references to. It's kind of nice.
Yeah.
As long as we don't have too many types in one file, I'm not gonna divide it up. Import message from types. Oh shoot, I accidentally refreshed. Okay. Okay, what am I doing here? Message. Home, CoderPad, apps, src, types.ts is not a module. Is it okay if I Google things like this really quick?
Oh yeah, no worries. Feel free to Google what you need.
But sometimes I just like get used to the IDE doing it for me.
Yeah. I feel like as React developers, it's something we all face.
Maybe it's src. Are you seeing this?
Yeah, I think it's because you probably didn't export the interface.
Oh yeah, you're right. You're right. Okay.
No worries. And then you would just, yeah,
/types. There we go. Okay. Fun times.
no
Sweet.
worries.
Thank you. Let's add this to our chat. Sweet. Now in our message.tsx, let's render this message. So I'm going to do the body and then the user. And we need to put this in a div. And so I don't forget, let's style this really quick.
Yeah.
That was message.user.color. All right. Now if we go back to chat, we're passing in, this is going to be a list of messages, so I'm going to map through messages.
Awesome.
Message. Okay, I'm trying to think, is message going to be confusing with the type interface message?
What you could possibly do is just give this a type.
Where's this? Okay, chat.
Oh, you've already imported, so message.
Let's do a message component. Or like import as.
Yeah. I should probably change it from a type to an interface, or from an interface to a type, because it's throwing errors.
Okay, I'll go for that.
Yeah. Looks like that fixed it.
I keep accidentally refreshing with my mouse. Or going back. Okay, here we go. I'm just Googling how to import as TypeScript.
Yep.
All right, I don't want to spend too much time on this. Let's change this to message component, and then I will change it later.
No, for sure.
Yeah.
Also, for the sake of like, Rowdy, if you want to like, you can like use any if you feel like it just makes things easier.
Okay.
We have the type definition, so at least we know like exactly what is coming. Awesome.
right, here's our message component. We're going to pass in a message. Oh my goodness. Okay, so I keep pressing the back button on my mouse because I'm used to like the VS Code back button like moves the cursor back.
Oh, I see.
That's why this keeps happening. I was like, why do I keep doing this? Message equals message. Okay. I need to add a key for mapping. And I'm trying to figure out these errors here.
You could use the index.
Okay. Like this index here.
Yep, and then just a number. Perfect.
Yeah, I know like you're supposed to avoid that, but I think for now.
Oh yeah, for now it's cool. What are we getting?
Return. I see.
Oh yeah, because it's a yeah. Sweet.
Yeah, we can just get rid of that. All right. Now if we another set of brackets maybe.
Maybe if we wrap this in a fragment.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Oops, sorry.
That format document. Okay, this map is missing a parentheses.
This is a weird issue. Oh, there it is.
Yep, just one parenthesis. All right.
Awesome.
Now, messages should have one message. We just need to display our chat in app.tsx. Oh, we do. Okay. Chat. Map.
And then I do think that when in the message component, you're doing message.user, but we actually need the name of the user.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Good catch.
Perfect.
All right.
Awesome.
So I'm thinking now we need to figure out why we're not displaying a message.
Oh, I can actually see the test message and the test username on the screen. I think you might need a refresh.
Oh, there we go. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, awesome.
Okay, sweet. So now I think if we maybe add a little, I was thinking we could add a border around it, then you can see the different messages because it might kind of blend together. But let's just get it functionally working first, and we can style it.
Yeah, for sure. Don't worry about the styling.
Yeah. All right, so socket dot on any event, get a message. I'm wondering, do we need to cast this event to a message, or is it already like in the shape of a message?
No, you can actually, so for your callback, you can just do event and then message. You can remove the args.
Event. Oops. Hit the back button again.
No worries.
Where was I? Like this is what you're saying?
Perfect. And then as you can see, the message is actually an object.
Yeah. If we stringify it.
Perfect. Awesome. So now we're seeing the message from the socket
Yep,
server.
that looks good. Now let's see if we can do a message set messages dot messages message, and this is going to be, I'm going to rename this to incoming message.
Awesome.
Get a little
Nice.
confusing otherwise. No problem, Nathan. Maybe next time. Okay. Sweet. Not a fan of her work, to be honest, Karen. So we're getting one message, but we're not displaying a list of messages.
Yeah, so I actually have a question for you. So how would you optimize this so that you can see all the messages that are coming in?
Um, by optimize, you mean like right now we re-render all of the
Component.
messages?
Yeah, every time.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that um, instead we definitely need a way to like render an additional message without re-rendering.
Yeah.
Like possibly um, let me think. Because we can only return one, like we can return once from this function, like our message, but or like all of our messages. So I'm thinking.
I'm thinking some sort of like side effect possibly.
I got you. Yeah. So set effect like will allow us to render whenever on any event we want. I'm thinking. I'm trying to think like how we can use the set effect to only render an additional message.
Yeah.
So if we use the set effect, like if I use the set effect on an additional message or on messages changing that list, I'm not sure because I'm like in my mind I keep thinking like we still have this list of messages to render. Like we need a way to render all those messages and then just like add an additional one or return an additional one, but I'm not sure how to do that.
Yeah, I think you were on the right path with possibly like an effect where you actually you set the state of the messages inside of the effect instead of just inside of the component's main part.
I see.
So that each time a new message comes in, we're not actually like re-rendering the entire DOM tree.
Mm-hmm. So in the use effect, like would you say this thing's gonna like crash because we get so many re-renders? Restart, refresh. Would this return be the same, like format, just in the use effect? Or
Not exactly. You would actually. So what I'm thinking is you pretty much only put this inside of the use effect, and then have some sort of cleanup, so
I
that
get
when the
what you're saying.
component um, unmounts, you can handle that.
Okay. So okay. I think what's happening right now, I see. Okay, so what's happening right now is we have messages, and if we just like uncomment this, then whenever the component renders, it sets up a new like on any, and then we get like as the messages come in, we get more and more of those on any's.
Exactly.
It's not what we want. We only want one on any at a time. And so yeah, with the use effect, we can use a cleanup function to cancel that previous on any when it cleans up, and then the new render will set up a new one.
Perfect.
Yeah, just took me a minute to try to figure out what was going on here.
Oh yeah, no worries.
Okay, so I'll import use effect. All right. Let's see. Here we go. So this is going to be an arrow function.
Yep.
And then whatever changes we want to react to, we can put here.
Yeah, for sure.
So
Currently, I think we're good with just the empty array.
good. Yep, just when it loads. And then our cleanup is going to be like a return with the function here that will.
And I think that the method for it is like socket.offAny.
Socket listener. What did you say it is?
Off any.
Gotcha. This will remove all listeners on this socket. I think that is okay.
Awesome. And it looks like I'm seeing some messages. And then, yeah.
So we're getting kind of a weird.
Yeah, this behavior I'm seeing is interesting.
Yeah. I'm going to restart my screen.
What do you think of, So we're destructuring the incoming message. Okay. And then just adding it to the end of the list as it comes. Okay.
Okay, so I refreshed. And so we get messages, but it's updating the last message. Like it's not like appending into a list or like displaying a list. Is that what you're seeing?
Yeah, so I think it might be with the way you're actually setting the state based off the new derived state.
Mm-hmm.
So if you could possibly look into grabbing the previous state, that would be awesome.
Okay. So grabbing the previous state. Yeah, I'm used to just referencing it like this. Can you elaborate a little bit or?
Yeah, so with set state, what you can actually do is you're able to get the value of the previous state
Oh,
by
is that like the
passing in
updating
an
function?
anonymous.
It's kind of like this.
Perfect.
Yeah.
And it looks
There
like
we
it's
go.
working now.
Yeah, that's something to always remember.
For sure. Awesome. Great work.
Okay, great.
Awesome. So this was pretty much it for the first task. Just to get the message on the screen, render the colors of the user with their name, and then also show the body. Awesome work.
Great. I'm gonna get. Do you say we get rid of those temp messages and we have a?
Yeah, I think that's a good call.
Awesome.
Perfect. So now for this next step, I really want you to create a new experience that allows new users to create new messages. And yeah.
Okay. Kind of open-ended. Just allow users to create new messages.
And if you want for some further clarification, essentially you don't have to necessarily do like a bunch of identifying of the user. You can just allow the user to type in a name and then a color, and then they can submit a new message.
Okay, so I'm thinking I'll make a new file here. Submit message. Message submitter. What do you think? Message submitter or submit message?
Submit message sounds good.
Okay. I'm gonna do another little design here of our requirements. So to allow the user to submit a message to the chat, and this will be a form. So is it going to be like the body of the message?
Yep.
The user's whatever username the user wants.
Exactly.
And then any color.
Mm-hmm. However, I will say, I would like you to possibly keep the flow that we kind of have already. So, but what I mean by that is that what you can currently do with the socket server is actually like emit messages back to the server. So if you know like socket.emit, oh, my E key is not working. But yeah, so if I emit a message, and then I could send a message here. So it would like have a body, it'd have the type, which it would just be a message,
yeah,
and etc. And then we'll also send the user with that. And then user. Oop. And then this is just going to be a user object with a name and color. So yeah, that's essentially like the way you can interact with the socket server to send new messages.
Yeah, so I'm thinking we'll use that same socket object. As a
Perfect.
okay. I think this is kind of a good outline for what we're looking for. Should we allow spaces for the username or any validation, or just save that for later?
Yeah, you don't have to do any validation for now.
Okay, sounds good. All right, I think we'll get cracking here. I'm thinking I'll just put this form at the top of the screen. And then my other question is, when we emit messages to this socket, will we also receive it?
Yeah, we will also receive it.
Okay, so
And then
I think it would be
and
okay
then
if we just rendering.
yeah, and then you would also just handle the new message just with socket.on and then message. And then yeah. And then yeah, that's pretty much like the signature for handling the message as it comes back.
I was thinking we would just keep using this chat function to see the message we send.
Oh yeah, that'd be perfect. Yeah, whatever you feel comfortable doing. This is mostly just to show you like how the messages come and send.
Okay, yeah. Gotcha. So on is different from on any because it's
looking specifically for that message.
Gotcha. Okay. But for this like submission, I don't think we'll need to use this.
Oh, this would probably, I think this would be useful in the sense that whenever a user sends a message, we actually want to see it in the list.
Is it not going to be in the list if we send it right now?
So currently the way the implementation works is that whenever you receive a message from the server, I'd like you to possibly add that message to the list of messages. So it takes like a round trip.
So we want to try to avoid the round trip. Like, sorry if I'm confused. I was thinking this when we emit, this message is sent into the socket, and then it will be received by our message component already. Is that not the case?
That should be the case, but yeah, let's see because I implemented it where it could actually work that way, but we'll see because the messages array is just completely static. So these messages are currently just being read from a JSON file.
Oh, I see. Because of your, I see.
Yeah, there's no
Okay,
persistence currently.
I see. Let's okay, let's see if we can just get it to emit first, and then we'll display it.
Awesome. Sounds good.
So message. Gonna import React again. Don't forget that. All right, in the app.tsx, I'm gonna display this.
Awesome.
Message form. Okay. And I'm just gonna comment out that chat because it's kind of bothering me if it like re-renders.
Oh yeah, for sure.
All right. We are gonna want to add that prop, but for now I'm just gonna create the input as a form. All right. The first thing is gonna be this message body. And let's do this again for username and color. I think if I was making this like a professional app, maybe I'd like have a selection of like 10 different colors you could choose from or like click on, but for now we'll just have an input as a string.
Oh yeah, for sure.
All right, I'm going to use a state for each of these. Message body.
Nice.
Look at this maximum efficiency.
I like it.
It's not smart enough to change the capitalization, I guess.
Yeah. Awesome.
Let's do a value equals. This will bind it one way.
Yep.
And then for the other way, it's going to be on change. I think we take in an event e.
Perfect.
E dot value.
I think it'd be target.value.
That's right.
Or like e.target.value. Perfect. Why is it acting up? Target does not exist in TypeScript.
Something like that might help, I think.
I would put the E in here and then just like set the message body.
Like that?
Perfect.
Sweet, thank you. Now on a submit, I think we need to have an e.prevent default because it's a form, so it doesn't like automatically submit when we load the page.
Yeah.
And then let's log our message body, username, color, and see if that will work.
Perfect.
I'll probably need to have a button to submit.
Yeah.
Type equals submit. I think that's
Yep.
what
Nice.
we want.
Yep. Yeah, that's awesome. I'm seeing it in the console when I click submit.
Okay, awesome. I gotta see for myself. Test Bob Blue. Looks good. Okay.
Good job.
All right, now we can send it to the socket. So I'm going to move this socket instantiation to our app.
So you're now going to pass the socket as a prop to the different components.
That is my plan, yeah.
Awesome. Nice.
Can you see like when I change files? I guess there's like a little yellow dot. Is that what it is?
Yeah, I see when you change files.
Interesting. Socket. And the type of the socket is socket.
Awesome.
Sweet. All right, I don't want to spend a lot of time on types, so I'm putting this any for now.
Yeah, no worries. No worries.
Same for chat. There we go. socket.emit. I think this function, what we do here. And let's pass in a message body, username, color. Test. That works.
Yep. Good job.
All right. Body type of message or chat. Is that what it is?
Yeah, I would just put message or chat message like with a camel. Perfect.
Sweet. And a user.
Looks good to me.
Sweet. Oh, app uncomment this.
Awesome. I'm seeing my messages as they come.
Me too. Sweet. Very cool.
Awesome. So this is actually pretty much it for the interview.
Okay, good.
Yeah, we actually hit like the 1 hour mark, so I just wanted to call it. And
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I guess we can like just jump right into debriefing.
That would be great. Love to hear the feedback.
Yeah, so you pretty much aced it 100%. Like I don't think like there was any like call outs I have immediately, especially since given like there was no like documentation pretty much. I just kind of showed you like the API that I implemented. So I think you did like a great job being
Very
flexible,
helpful.
and then you also did a great job like making sure like to keep everything the types important. Like definitely we used any at the end so we can finish the problem, but I like that you first clarified everything as well. And then I like that you were like basically saying what you were doing as you were doing it. That goes back to like the speak aloud point. So just great job there. Pretty much like all my feedback is positive. So just great job.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah, I'd 100% hire you.
I'd love to have you as my coworker or my manager, whatever.
For sure. Yeah,
Just
great
like
job on
it's
this, man.
exercise. It's kind of fun to like see how fast you can build something in React. Like,
No, exactly. Yeah.
you want Twitch? Easy.
Yeah, great job. But yeah,
Just
that's pretty.
gotta
What were you
figure
saying?
out how to import things a little faster, I guess.
Yeah, we all face those issues. It's no worries.
Yep.
But yeah, I just thank you so much for doing this with me, and yeah, great job on your interview today.
Thank you. Yeah, I really appreciate you taking your time to do that. And if I can return the favor in any way, I'd be happy to. So.
For sure, for sure. I'm about to actually end the video, so peace out, YouTube. You guys have a good rest of your day.